Hello, my name is Jason Grohl. This is my SDAIE video presentation for an INTO strategy for an 11th grade U.S. history class. The lesson topic is the United States Civil War, and it deals with content standards 11.1.3 and 11.1.4, as well as ELD standards 1, 4, and 12. And then just in case you're wondering what this thing is, it's the microphone I'm using. So here we go. All right, class, let's get started. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Today we're going to start our unit on the Civil War. The Civil War is one of the most important events in the history of the United States, and it was the result of disagreements on two important issues. Let's think back and think to the unit we just finished last week on sectionalism. What were two of the most important issues that people passionately disagreed about? Yes, slavery. Good. Now, what was the second issue? Good. People disagreed about whether the federal government or the states had authority. Remember how we talked about nullification and how some southern states tried to nullify or cancel laws the federal government passed. All right, so let's take a look at our sideboard over there for our objectives. Our content objective is students will be able to define key Civil War vocabulary terms. And our language objective is students will be able to discuss key Civil War vocabulary both orally and in writing. All right, so today we're just going to build some background knowledge about the Civil War so that later when you read and we discuss more detailed aspects of the Civil War, it'll be easier for you guys to understand because you're already familiar with some of the vocabulary terms. When you came in, you should have picked up 3 handouts over on the table. You should have your Civil War article. Okay, it's 3 pages long. You should have that. You should have your Civil War term sheet. And you should have your map handout. Everyone has all 3 of these? All right, good. So today, you're going to be working with your group to make a study guide that will help you with the rest of the unit, okay? So the first thing you're going to do with your group is you're going to read through your Civil War article, okay? You're going to take turns reading, so everyone's going to take a paragraph, and it'll just work its way around, okay? Like that's normal, and like always, you'll also be highlighting all the important information as we go. Okay, after your group is done reading the article, you're going to start on your term sheet. As you can see, there are 8 different boxes, okay? Let's look at the instructions on the term sheet. As you read the article, write important information for each term on the lines. Each bullet point should have a different piece of information. When all information is written, cut along the lines and glue each piece to the appropriate place on the Civil War map handout. So once you're done reading this with your group for the first time, you're going to go through here and you're going to look at the first box and you're going to say, oh, this box is Abraham Lincoln. And so you even got a picture of him there. So you're going to go with your group back through the article and look for 3 important details about Abraham Lincoln, and you're going to write them on there. Now, what you're going to do after that, you're going to look up important information on Ulysses S. Grant, then Robert E. Lee, the Anaconda Plan, the Union, the Confederacy, border states, and Gettysburg. Okay, and you're going to fill all of that out. Then what you're going to do, you're going to cut out each box. You're going to have 8 individual boxes. Then you're going to put those boxes aside for just a minute. Then what you're going to do, you're going to take your map of the United States at the time of the Civil War. So let's look at the instructions on here. First, you're going to color the Union States blue. Now, how are you going to know what states are Union states, and what states are the Confederate states, and what states are the border states? Well, all that information you're going to find in your article. So you're going to have to go back and re-look at this. So you're going to color the Union States blue, the Confederate States gray, and the border states red. Now, the reason we're going with blue for the Union and gray for the Confederate States is because that's the color of their uniforms were. So later on, when we see pictures and illustrations of Civil War battles, if you see a blue uniform, you'll think Union. If you see a gray uniform, you'll think Confederacy. Okay, so after that, after you have all the states colored in, you're going to draw a green snake where the Anaconda Plan goes. Like which states get colored, you'll find out where to draw the Anaconda Plan from information in your article. So you're going to color the states, the Confederate, Union, and border states. You're going to draw the Anaconda Plan. For the Anaconda Plan, you're going to draw a big green snake. That's what anacondas are. Okay, so once you have it all colored in and your snake's drawn, you're going to take the boxes you cut out of the term paper and you're going to glue them in the appropriate spots on the map. So your Union box would go here, your Abraham Lincoln box would go here, your border states box would go here. Okay, so by the time you're done with this, not only are you going to have a map that shows you which states were Union, which states were border states, and which states were Confederate states. You're going to have one that shows where the Anaconda Plan went, and you're going to have boxes with information on all this important stuff, okay, on all the important vocabulary terms. When you're done, it's going to look a little something like this, okay? So you see how you have the blue Union states, the red border states, and the gray Confederate states. You also got the Anaconda Plan. It's a big green snake going around, and all the boxes filled out with the important information, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this example, and I'm going to post it right up here. So if you guys get confused with it at any point while you're working on it, you can come up and take a look right up there. The only thing you need to know is the information in these boxes is not the information you need, okay? This information is not from this article, so you absolutely need to read this article to figure out the information you need. All right, are there any questions? No, okay, cool. All right, so let's go over it one more time. You're going to read your article. You're going to read it as a group. You're going to highlight and underline important information as you go. Then you're going to take your term sheet, go back through the article looking for information for each term. Okay, then you're going to cut out the boxes and glue them to your map. Okay, when you're done, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. And you're going to take this and you're going to put that in your class binder so you have that as a study guide as we go through the rest of the unit. All right, everyone's got the papers and you're in your groups. Go ahead and get going.